I'm Robert Firpo Capiello, Editor-in-Chief at Hospitality Technology. My guest is Dan Kornick, Chief Information Officer at Loews Hotels. Dan, welcome to HT Next.
Thanks, Robert, and thanks for having me to your fireside chat today.
Yeah, we're psyched to talk to you about StreamLine by Loews, new and innovative virtual meetings platform. First, I wanted to give you an opportunity to give our HT Next audience a bit of background on Loews and specifically your response to the events of 2020.
Sure. Well, Loews is an owner-operator with 27 hotels and resorts here in North America. We're a leading brand in the upper upscale category. Now, what I think has made us successful actually has been strong partnerships. So as an example, we have 8 hotels in Orlando that we're partners with Universal Parks. We have partnerships with Major League Baseball with the Texas Rangers and the St. Louis Cardinals. And we've done a lot of private-public partnerships with Arlington, Texas, and Kansas City, just to name a few. And due to those partnerships, we're pleased to host the Major League Baseball and the World Series teams in our Arlington, Texas hotel this year. From our challenges to our health and safety and COVID, it's been devastating to the industry, of course, but it's been similar to a lot of the other hotels. So we've adhered to all the CDC guidelines, the World Health Organization, and whatever the local authorities are appropriate for operations. We're aligned with the AHLA safe stay guidelines. Now, what I think makes our hotels unique is being owners and operators, we can effectively ensure the consistency of our protocols and standards across all of our hotels and the brands. So it's harder to do that in a franchise model. Now we've put our new program in place called Welcoming You Like Family, which is kind of our new and enhanced protocols and standards. As part of this, we've added additional signage and instructions throughout the hotel with the distance markers for social distancing. We have our guests wear face masks and coverings. We have hand sanitizer at any point where you touch anything throughout the hotel. All of our team members and vendors who enter the hotel, they have to undergo temperature checks on a daily basis. And what's different is when a guest checks out, we leave that guest room vacant for 24 hours before we even start doing a thorough cleaning and then open it up to be checked in with our next guests. You know, our everyday standards include cleaning and disinfectants that are EPA approved that fight against emerging viral pathogens and COVID-19. And we also conduct frequent water and air safety checks. So we follow the CDC procedures to ensure that we've got proper ventilation and filtration. So I think we're doing all those standards, I think, to make people safe and comfortable to stay at our hotels. From a technology side, we've really focused on 3 things in a contactless strategy. And that has been mobile check-in, check-out, and digital key, which we're in pilot stage now. That is a mobile food and beverage capability. So using your phone, you can order room service, you can order for our outlets or restaurants, but you can order from the phone and pay. That way you're not having to touch menus, give credit cards back and forth. It just makes it a very simpler process. And third, we've really been featuring our Chat Your Service, which is an SMS type service for our guests, where anytime during their stay, they can just text us with, do they need an extra towels? Do they need their room cleaned again? Do they have an issue with something, or do they just want something simple as extra hangers? So I think we've, as most hotels have done the right things, we're just waiting for this thing to turn around.
Mm-hmm. It sounds very comprehensive. And of course, my obvious question is we are at a virtual event right now. This was intended to be an in-person event. Of course, we pivoted to virtual. And we're pretty happy with the result. But we would love to hear your thoughts about the future of hotels events, both in-person events, virtual events, and of course the hybrid as we move forward.
Sure. I think overall, the need for these type of events, it just hasn't gone away. I think just because of COVID, it's impacted how we meet, but meeting and connecting, that remains as important as ever. If you look at a lot of companies out there, they still have products to launch. They have to message and communicate out what they're doing. They need to unite their team members and inspire them in really these uncertain times. So I think we all recognize we've done enough Zoom calls, we've done enough Teams calls to know that that medium has its place, right? But that doesn't really replace the need for a professionally produced experience, such as this today. And when you think about hybrid and virtual meetings, they're not easier. They're actually more difficult to do because you're reliant on the technology going right. You're trying to maintain the attention span of people, And that's really hard to do virtually. So it really takes a lot more focus and more diligent effort on the content, but then having the right partner and environment to do that with. And I think what we see with virtual meetings overall is they're not going away. They're always going to be part of the playbook, even post-COVID. And we're seeing meetings that used to be 500 people now become 2,500 or 3,000 people, more in that hybrid manner, just because it's easier to attend virtually. But once again, it's harder and it takes a lot more thought to put together these type of events.
Mhm. And that brings us to StreamLine by Lowews, which is a tool to actually take some of the difficulty out of that. We would love to hear about StreamLine by Lowews. The virtual meetings your way is one of the initiatives under the program.
Gladly. I think understanding that meetings are going to be different for the foreseeable future, we launched our StreamLine virtual meetings. And in this model, we give you the campus, and then we let you paint that canvas your way. You can use your own preferred provider, as a lot of our clients have done, or you can use our provider to really help create these events and stage them. And I think what's important is it's the flexibility. You can have a small group in one hotel. You can have them distributed across multiple hotels, offices, and then have people attend virtually across the world. And as you know, these meetings aren't new, but we've had this capability, but I think we've packaged it in a way as a hotel chain that really takes upon our prior experience. We do about 35% of our total business as group business. So that is our business. So we're trying to take that experience that we have and leverage it both in that hybrid manner to provide an experience that I think differentiates us, but allows our clients and our customers to have that right event. And I think one of the things we've tried to do with that is we've also made it a commissionable model to third-party planners. That way that they can help sell this and understand it to make it more successful.
I love it. It sounds like it's plug and play from a variety of different points of view. If you want everything on the menu, you can have it, or you can bring in your own components.
Very much so.
Yeah. Now you have StreamLine by Lowews also offers something called the virtual presentation stage, which I love. Can you describe that to the HT Next audience?
Sure. So we offer a turnkey state-of-the-art studio spaces, and that's at select properties where we're featuring built-in technology. So you can deliver professional footage in a styled environment with the ability to broadcast that globally. Now, if you think about it, you could be in Hollywood, California, but want to broadcast that to Miami, Chicago, New York, and Tel Aviv. All you have to do is just show up with your notes, and we have the technology professionals, platform, and the virtual environment to then stage it that day for you. So really, it's a turnkey solution. It's easy for our customers to perform, and it gives it that, as we talked about earlier, this is not an easy thing to do. It makes it an easy thing to do.
I love that, and that's really rolling out the red carpet to event planners to take some of that uncertainty out of the technology.
Very much so.
Dan Kornick, Chief Information Officer at Loews Hotels. This has been a pleasure. Thank you for educating the HT Next audience, and I hope you enjoy the conference.
Thank you, Robert, and I hope everybody else has a blast at the conference also.